What people are waking up to in Adamawa State right now is deeply worrying, and it is something every Nigerian needs to understand clearly. Armed fighters linked to ISWAP moved into several rural communities, mostly Christian settlements, and reports from residents describe homes set on fire, food stores destroyed, churches damaged, and families running into the bush with nothing but the clothes on their backs. These are farming communities, peaceful people whose daily lives are centered around their land, worship, and family. Suddenly, that normal life was shattered in one night. People are scared, confused, and angry, and many are asking the same question. How did things get this bad again? As the attack spread, fear traveled faster than the fire. Villages nearby began to empty because nobody wanted to wait and see if they would be next. Parents grabbed their children, elders were helped onto motorcycles, and entire communities fled towards safer towns. This is not just about buildings being burned. This is about people losing their sense of safety and belonging. Imagine working your land for years, raising your children there, only to abandon everything overnight. That is the reality on ground right now, and it is painful. Please, as you are watching this, remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel so more people can hear these stories and understand what is happening. Your support helps keep these conversations going. Now, while all this was happening, social media started spreading a very dramatic claim, saying that the Israeli army has landed in Africa because of what ISWAP did in Adamawa. This claim caught attention quickly, and many people began sharing it without stopping to think carefully. In times like this, emotions are high, and it is easy for misinformation to spread. What we know clearly is this: there is no confirmed foreign army deployment fighting on Nigerian soil. Nigeria remains responsible for its own security operations, and the Nigerian military is the one actively responding on ground. However, and this is important to explain properly, international reactions have increased. Statements of concern, diplomatic conversations, and discussions around support for vulnerable communities have intensified. Some foreign leaders have spoken openly about the suffering of Christians in parts of Nigeria, calling for protection of civilians and respect for human life. That is very different from soldiers landing and fighting here. It is support in words, policy discussions, and possible humanitarian assistance, not boots on the ground. This distinction matters because exaggeration can distract from the real issue. The real issue is that Nigerians are being attacked in their own country, and they need protection, relief, and long-term security solutions. If we focus too much on shocking headlines, we may miss the deeper problem that has been with us for years. Once again, please like this video and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and helps this message reach more people who need to hear it. ISWAP, as many of you already know, did not appear overnight. It grew from long-standing instability in the northeast, feeding on poverty, weak local security, and ideological extremism. Over time, it has become more brutal, more organized, and more strategic. Attacking villages, especially religious communities, is part of how they spread fear and assert control. Burning homes sends a message: you are not safe. That message is meant to weaken trust in the state and force people to submit or flee. In Adamawa, the choice for many villagers was simple but tragic: stay and risk death, or run and become displaced. Many chose to run. Now, humanitarian challenges are growing. Camps and host communities are struggling to feed new arrivals. Children are out of school. Elderly people are sick and traumatized. Women are worried about safety and dignity. These are the quiet consequences that do not always trend online but destroy lives slowly. As you continue watching, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your engagement really matters. At the same time, Nigerians are debating the role of the federal government. People want to know what is being done differently now. Are there enough troops in vulnerable areas? Is intelligence sharing improving? Are local vigilante groups being supported or ignored? These questions are not political attacks. They are cries for accountability. Citizens want reassurance, not promises that disappear after the headlines fade. Another layer to this story is religion. Because many of the attacked villages are Christian, emotions are very strong. Some people fear this is turning into targeted religious cleansing, while others warn against framing it in a way that could deepen division. What must be clear is this: no Nigerian should be attacked because of faith, tribe, or location. The moment we normalize that, we all lose. This is why responsible storytelling is important. We can talk about suffering, call out violence, and demand action without spreading panic or hatred. That balance is what we are trying to maintain here. Please pause for a second, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others who want clear and calm explanations. Now let us talk about the international angle again, because many people are confused. When foreign leaders speak about Nigeria, it often creates mixed reactions. Some Nigerians welcome attention, hoping it brings pressure and resources. Others worry about sovereignty and foreign interference. Both concerns are valid. The key point is that Nigeria must keep control of its security decisions while also engaging responsibly with partners who can help in areas like intelligence, training, and humanitarian relief. What happened in Adamawa is not isolated. It fits into a broader pattern of insecurity affecting different regions in different ways. While the Northeast faces insurgency, other areas struggle with banditry, kidnappings, and communal clashes. This tells us that the solution cannot be purely military. Development, education, justice, and local engagement all matter. As this story continues to develop, people on ground are asking for simple things: safety, food, shelter, and the chance to return home. They are not asking for miracles. They are asking for the basics of citizenship. If you are still watching, please like and subscribe. It encourages us to keep bringing these stories to you in clear and respectful English. At this point, I will pause here so we can continue this discussion properly without rushing important details. Would you like me to continue the gist and go deeper into the government response, military actions, and what this could mean for Nigeria going forward? Thank you for staying with me. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel so more people can hear this story clearly and calmly. Your support really helps. Now, let us continue. After the attacks in Adamawa, attention quickly shifted to what the authorities were doing next. Security forces increased patrols around affected areas, checkpoints were reinforced, and surveillance activities were stepped up. The goal was simple: stop further attacks and reassure communities that they are not alone. For people who had already fled, this reassurance is very important because many are afraid to return home too quickly. On ground, local leaders began holding emergency meetings. Village heads, religious leaders, and community elders started working together to calm fears and pass information. In times like this, rumors can spread faster than facts. So these leaders are trying to ensure people hear verified updates and avoid panic. This cooperation at the local level is one of the quiet strengths often overlooked in national conversations. Please like this video and subscribe if you're finding this explanation helpful. Now, let us talk honestly about the Nigerian military response. Soldiers are trained and committed, but the terrain in the Northeast makes operations very difficult. Forests, remote villages, and poor road networks give armed groups room to hide and move quickly. This is why intelligence from locals is very important. When trust exists between civilians and security forces, it becomes harder for attackers to operate freely. However, trust takes time. Some communities feel they have raised alarms in the past without fast response. Others fear retaliation if they speak up. Addressing these fears is as important as deploying troops. Security is not just about weapons. It is also about relationships. As you watch, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It keeps the channel growing. Another key issue is humanitarian support. After homes are burned, people need immediate help. Food, clean water, medical care, and temporary shelter become urgent needs. Relief agencies and local volunteers have been working to support displaced families, but resources are limited. This is where government coordination matters. Quick action can prevent hunger, disease, and long-term trauma. Children are among the most affected. When families flee, schooling stops. A child who misses months or years of education carries that loss into the future. This is why restoring safety is not just about today, it is about protecting tomorrow. Now, many viewers have asked about the role of religion in all this. It is true that many of the affected villages are Christian, and this has raised strong emotions. But it is important to be clear and careful. Extremist groups attack anyone they see as opposing their ideology. They use religion as a tool to justify violence, but their actions harm people of all backgrounds. Nigerians must resist being divided along religious lines, because division only strengthens those who thrive on chaos. Please like and subscribe if you agree that unity matters. International reactions continue to come in different forms. Some foreign governments and organizations have expressed concern and called for protection of civilians. Others have discussed ways to support Nigeria through training, intelligence sharing, or humanitarian aid. These conversations happen quietly, often away from the spotlight, and they take time to turn into action. What must be avoided is the idea that foreign forces are taking over Nigeria's fight. That is not happening. Nigeria remains in charge of its security decisions. External partners, when involved, are there to support, not replace, national efforts. As we talk about all this, it is also important to mention the psychological impact on survivors. Trauma does not end when the guns go silent. Nightmares, fear, and anxiety can last for years. Communities need counseling, reassurance, and time to heal. Ignoring mental health can leave wounds that are not visible but very damaging. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us continue to bring balanced and clear discussions like this one. Looking ahead, many Nigerians are asking hard questions. How can early warning systems be improved? How can local communities be empowered to protect themselves legally and safely? How can development reach areas that have been neglected for too long? These questions do not have simple answers, but they must be asked repeatedly until progress is made. What happened in Adamawa is a reminder that security is everyone's concern. Government, communities, religious leaders, and citizens all have roles to play. Silence and misinformation only make things worse. Clear information, calm discussion, and sustained pressure for action are better tools. If you are still watching, thank you. Please like and subscribe once again. Your engagement keeps this space active and informative.